And that is just the most normal thing here. We spend 6 hours in a car. It's a whole day of anticipation and excitement and fear and hope and...
Help!
So, I think we just bought a house. This one. All you need is a little delusion and audacity, and you can seriously do anything in this life. That's a quote I have on my motivational Pinterest wall, and it had never been so true. So what the actual hell is going on? Let's find out together. After coming back from my rather challenging trip to Alaska in August, life didn't really have the plan to give me a break. Instead, it gave me opportunities, work, and loads of wonderful events. I finally got the chance to finish a work project I've been on since April. I was in contact with Judith, the owner of Husky Farm, since the night market last year. We wanted to do a project together in which I'd create some sort of image film for her flower picking garden and ecological farm. It has become one of my favorite projects I've ever done for a customer. I mean, how many people on this earth get to work with flowers and such beautiful people? The magic of this project lied in the surprise, the unknown, and in being the witness of how it all unfolded. When I first came to film in April, I had no idea yet how the garden would turn out in August. This is the raw and pure magic of Mother Earth doing its creation with the helping hands of humans. Judith really created her own little paradise there, and I am grateful I got to be a small part of it for some time. And talking about creation, do you remember the Husky Farm had puppies in May?
I feel involved.
You are involved.
Well, now they are not small beans anymore, but very healthy, active and curious little creatures looking for their next adventure every 2 minutes. Over the time I was gone, my husband got to spend every week with the puppies, and they bonded extremely with him. It is so overly cute to watch them together. And this first weekend of September, we'll have the full puppy experience because we are going to take care of the whole farm for 2 full days. Wish us luck!
Who's resting?
What else could life bring to us that adds more joy? Ah, yes. How about some music? We rented a little cabin in the forests of Mora to enjoy a very special concert there. If you know me for a little longer now, you know that I am deeply into Norse paganism and everything that comes with it. As the music. One of my favorite bands is Heilung, and we bought tickets to see them at their last ritual at a very special location. It was the first time for my husband, and we both know this wasn't the last time for either of us.
You sweet baby. You are best at enjoying life, right? Yeah. You're my good girl.
So I would like to quickly share about the most northern Swedish day I had yesterday that you can have. Like, this is the perfect example of how our life up here is and what you have to expect if you live in northern Sweden, what your life will be. So we tried to get the registreringsbesiktning for our second car since May. And unfortunately, this is not possible in Östersund, which would be just a 1-hour drive from where we live now. So in the end, we had to take the sour bite to the apple, or how do they say, and drive to Sundsvall, which is a 2.5-hour drive from here. As we weren't sure if our old car would make that trip because he really needs some love, we drove with 2 cars. But one road was not closed, it was still opened, but in a horrible shape. Like, they are doing construction work there right now and it is still open for cars, but you cannot drive there without having a 4-wheel drive because this is just insane. I won't even go into details, but Swedish construction work is, they do things. So yesterday we drove 3 hours because we had to take a detour with 2 cars to Sundsvall to have an appointment which took us like 30 minutes. So we were like 30 minutes in Sundsvall. Of course, both super tired knowing we have to go back to our place same day. So we just spent those 30 minutes there, drove back 3 hours. My husband picked up a tool which you only can get in the store that is in Sundsvall, because we don't have it in Östersund and the next one would be even further away. So a friend of ours asked if he could pick up the tool there. So he did that. That is also something you simply do for friends here. You pick up stuff when you are in a big city for them if you know you see each other soon enough. So that is also part of this whole experience. And then we both met at our friend's place, gave them the tools, had fika there, had a really nice time there, stayed like, I don't know what it was, an hour maybe, and then we drove home. And that is just the most normal thing here. We spent 6 hours in a car, had fika with friends, picked something up from them in another city, I don't know, 250 kilometers away, and went to bed the same day. That is life as we experience it's normal in northern Sweden. Oh, and of course, our other car, our white car, broke down this morning, isn't drivable anymore. So all my plans to go to the mountains with Katarina had to be changed. But no problem, we will go with her car. And so that is also a very normal thing that I enjoy very, very much, that you just go for a weekend trip with friends into a mountain cabin randomly in a weekend in fall, of course. So in a few hours she will pick me up and we will go to the mountains for a weekend. We went to the Storulvån mountains just as last year, and well, I just let the view speak for itself. Okay, my love, here's some tea for you, some tea for me, and now let's talk. This vlog has been some sort of positive fever dream, I guess. That's what I experienced the last, 3 weeks. Definitely, it was a fever dream in many ways. And as you saw in the beginning of this vlog, I teased that we bought a house. And actually we did. And I won't share too much about it now because we cannot move in before the middle of October. So this whole September will be a lot of packing, a lot of nice events because a friend is visiting, and just a lot of anticipation for you as for us, because we also don't really know yet what to expect where we move into. Of course, we have seen the house, we have visited it several times by now, and it went all really quick from the first besikning, from the first visiting to signing the contract. It was about a week.
How does it feel? It's
Crazy.
So we really fell in love. It felt all so good. It felt all so perfect. It is perfect. And I will share as much as I can from the moment on we have moved there, because this is really what we both dreamed of. This is what we both have been working towards since we moved here, since we decided to move to Sweden actually. So this really is a dream coming true in so many ways, and I am so grateful to everyone who has supported me on this journey in whatever way, be it watching these vlogs, be it all your positive, uplifting and super sweet comments under all of my videos. Thank you so much for them. I read them all. And of course also the physical support of our friends who live here and of our friends who also support us financially in many ways. So there is so much gratitude in every corner of my life, and I don't even know what to say. So if you're willing to stay another 5 minutes and enjoy a little bit of tea with me, I will share what I can share up until now about the house and why it is so perfect. The most important thing, and I'm joking, you know that, but the most important thing to me is the person who has lived in the house, this very, very lovely man. He has been feeding deer since he moved in there. He has been feeding deer behind the house every winter throughout the past few years. And when I heard that, when he told that to me, that was there was like a stroke from the sky hit me. The deer, as you maybe have guessed by now, is my spirit animal. And I've always dreamed since I moved to Sweden to own a house where I can see deer from any window of my house whenever I want to or whenever they are willing to show themselves. And being in the garden of this house and being also inside the house with the forest around and with all these beautiful trees and the basic shape of the property, and then knowing that in the forest behind the house there live deer who come there every year, and also other animals like lynx live there too. It's just crazy. This whole place screams at our face, you belong here. And even the owner, the previous owner who now still lives there, felt that and really freed the way to us getting into this house. Like, it just feels so right on every level, financially, humanly, and also just energetically with this house. It just feels like this can become a home to us on a longer term, who knows for how long. And it is a place to celebrate parties, to celebrate wins, and to have friends over, and to create and to share and to inspire. I have been missing this feeling of creating a life of my own since a very, very long time now, because living in a flat, all of you who live in a flat know that feeling. Your possibilities of creating something of your own, they are limited because you are just renting the place. You probably have to move out at some point. So putting so much effort and so much love into a place that won't be yours forever, to me always felt like wasted energy, even though it isn't, of course. Always make your place cozy. It's always worth it. But here, it always felt like this is just an in-between state. And now we are moving to some place that will be probably ours forever, definitely, in any shape or form. And dreaming of that and making that place our place is just, yeah, I am very happy. And I am so looking forward to all these renovations and all these upgrades and all these adventures and all these failures and all these challenges and successes and celebrations that we are going to have. And I'm so looking forward sharing that and beginning that YouTube journey and that life journey and that family journey and everything that I ever dreamed of. Seeing that becoming reality is just, It's just insane. So now I will let you go with this sort of cliffhanger, and I'm sorry, but the cliffhanger will be hanging for at least another vlog that will be published around the end of September, and we will go to the mountains again with my friend and we will just enjoy the time here. The first Northern Lights were out and it will just get better now, because if you know me, I'm not quite a fan of summer. So now autumn is here and winter is coming and we have our house, so everything will just get better. So if you want to be part of that journey, please don't forget to subscribe. And if you want to say, share something, wish something, give some advice, or just say hi, please feel free to write a comment. I'm very, very happy about every conversation that I'm having with you guys. And now I wish you a wonderful weekend, a wonderful day whenever you're watching this. Stay safe, stay healthy, and remember to always, always, always believe in your dreams. They can come true. Cheers.